Hello everyone and welcome to what will be a yearly tradition here on the channel. It is the end of the year review, the Marvelous Awards, here on the channel, as this is more of a celebration of the Japanese pro wrestling scene. Going to be talking about Dragon Gate, going to be talking about All Japan, New Japan, Noah. Going to be even talking about a little bit of Stardom, just a tad bit. At first I was kind of like, let's keep them separate, let's keep the Joshis away from the rest of the companies, keep them separate, keep them divided. But, there's a couple of these categories here I had to talk about Stardom for a bit. Big Japan, there was a show that was really fucking awesome. Probably their best show of the year. Just missed the cut for show of the year. I would have talked about them. But who knows, even for the Marvelous Awards 2019, we'll talk about them that year. As far as, I wanted to just do the first one here, this Marvelous Awards 2018. I wanted to just be my awards, my thoughts. Not really awards per se, but really just, there's a lot of these. I wanted to keep it in the light of, like, the Tokyo Sports. Whereas, maybe you could say, well, these guys, they don't really deserve it. But it's more of a shout-out to them and more of a shout-out to kind of, embracing kind of everybody, embracing all the companies of Japan here. That's kind of the thought process here. Is really there's a bit of legitimacy there still, but there's also still a bit of some homer picks in there every now and again. As I want to have next year and the following years, I want to have your guys' opinions and your guys' kind of rankings through these categories as well. But for this year, you can just comment down below your picks for the categories and whatnot. 9 award categories here for this episode, for this time around, the 2018 edition of the Marvelous Awards. As we're going to start off the moments of the year, as we have 5 little nominees here. As Tomohiro Ishii beating Kenny Omega in the G1 Climax here to start this off. Tomohiro Ishii beating Kenny Omega in the G1 was such a great moment. You have a guy who, and Kenny Omega, the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, hadn't lost yet since he won that belt, beating Okada at Dominion, and here he's been going on a roll. He's had, the great match with Goto. He was at that point in time he'd won 4 straight. Then he loses to Tomohiro Ishii in what was just a fucking tremendous match, a banger of a match, banking off of what they did in the previous year, and even the year in their kind of trilogy of 2017, and now here in 2018, they start right back off and have a match at the G1 Climax. Ishii beats him, and then setting up for the title match, which was a bit of a letdown, but that's bound to happen. They've had, that would have been the 5th match in the past 2 years. It's times like that where it's kind of done a little too much as far as those two having a match against each other. But just the moment, when you hear the 1, 2, and the 3, and the crowd goes nuts, the commentators go nuts. It's just a great moment, and to be like, yeah, he did it. Tomohiro Ishii, always a bridesmaid, but never the bride. He's always been the runner-up guy. When we beat Okada in 2016, never even got a title shot when he beat him, so it was awesome that he ended up getting a title shot at the end afterwards. And it was awesome. It was the right guy to beat Omega, to beat the kind of winning streak going into the G1. As number 4, going with Gedo turning on Okada and joining Jay White. Just a moment that was very sports entertainment-esque. As Gedo, the man who's really behind the Rainmaker and has always been there since he came back from Excursion, really was kind of like the corporate champion Kazuchika Okada was, being with Gedo, and for Okada to kind of be like, let's stop this. At the finals of the G1, the post-match interview, and then have Gedo turn his back on him and to join Jay White, as having Jay White now his new golden goose, the new golden boy. For Gedo and them, Gedo and Jay White joining the Bullet Club. An awesome moment for what was just very much like a trendy moment for New Japan. Watching it live, just like, oh shit, he turned on him, just a a great story, from seeing Geto, even though it was a shitty chair shot, it kind of added to it, the shittiness of it. It's just like, even he didn't even want to do it. But just hitting, Okada in the back with the chair and joining Jay White, it was such a wow. Like, the character of Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker character, we've seen really de-escalate over the months during that time. Once he lost to Omega, he really just became a lost man. He was like, well, now what do I do? And he started, there's that short amount of time where he didn't even win a singles match. Like, for a month straight, he didn't win a singles match after the Omega match. And here we have the man who, Geto not only turning on Okada, but joining Jay White too. A man who Okada brought into Chaos, and you could really tell, even when that happened, a lot of people were upset that Jay White was even a part of Chaos. And it's just like, what? It makes really no sense. Like, Jay White, the character doesn't really fit being in just a Chaos stablemate member. But of course, he needed to be in a stable to be in like multi-man matches and shit, because you just can't in New Japan. It's very, very seldom you see that happen, because like Jericho's not like in a stable. He's worked 3 matches this year, and it's a thing where if you want that guy to improve, or you want that guy to have more matches and to get better, he needs to be in a stable. And the stables for New Japan, they're more like MMA camps more than anything, not more of stables per se, or it's factions. It's not like Undisputed Era or the Wyatt family or something. It's, more of that, of a training camp per se. So with Jay White, for the sense of, you could tell immediately that these two alphas are not going to coexist with each other. Someone's gonna have to take a step down and be like, listen, okay, he's the guy, I'm just kind of the cold guy, or I'm the underneath guy. He's above me. And really, the two characters, the Rainmaker character and the Switchblade character, they just can't coexist like that. And then it came to a boiling point, and the turn of Geto, I don't think anybody would ever saw coming going into 2018. And it was just such a shock, such a great moment of such a well-told story over the years, for having Geto to be there from day fucking 1 off the excursion at Wrestle Kingdom 7, taking on Yoshihashi. He was right there with him, and to now going into Wrestle Kingdom 13, first Wrestle Kingdom without him, for Kazuchika Okada, a much different Kazuchika Okada that we've seen over the years. Just such a well-told story from really Kazuchika Okada's standpoint of the character, as far as how much has changed over the past months. It's just been a treat to see, and really to see how this plays out, because really, it's up in the air. He can keep on going down this path of filling voids, with balloons and just kind of doing outrageous shit, to maybe getting his shit together and going back to what he was, or maybe going into a completely new incarnation of what the next Kazuchika Okada, the next Rainmaker character, is going to be going into 2019 and the 2020s. It's going to be interesting to see. But as far as just the turn of the moment, so awesome. It was so well told. It was the perfect guy to turn to, after Okada, Jay White. Geto now having his new golden goose in Jay White and joining the Bullet Club. So now we go to the number 3rd moment of the year for me. Zack Sabre Jr.'s run in the New Japan Cup. Just completely blindsided by how much of an incredible run Zack Sabre Jr. had. He beat Kota Ibushi, he beat Naito, he beat Sonata, and then he beat Tanahashi in the finals. To have, he beat 2 former IWGP Heavyweight Champions. He beat 4 guys who's had title shots for the IWGP Heavyweight title, and in the same year, and Zack Sabre Jr.'s run is just incredible. It really was. It's probably, all matches above 20 minutes. The display of submissions by Zack is just incredible. And just for a solid month, the man just looked unbeatable. And really just out of nowhere. I didn't think going into it Zack Sabre Jr. would even... It's tough to him to even make it out of the first round, taking out Naito. So to think that he would go on to win it all was just incredible, man. And I think really just the surprisingness of it, of having Zack Sabre Jr. go on that incredible run, just something I didn't see coming. And so far, and to really go back to the Tanahashi factor, you know, and him beating Tanahashi during the G1 and getting a future Intercontinental Championship back then last year, beating Kota Ibushi, beating Sonata, you know, who had just came off of a IWGP Heavyweight title match, beating Naito, and submitting Naito. Everyone was kind of hoping, like, listen, Naito, he lost the fucking Wrestle Kingdom match against Okada. Now he could win the cup and get a fucking rematch or something. He goes out and loses the first round to Zack Sabre Jr. It was all such well-told stories throughout the G1. We're just like, well, fuck, he keeps on going. You know, he was a guy, he got hot. Well, you looked at Tanahashi's kind of run the G1, and he had Taichi, pretty standard he was going to win. Bad luck Fale. In the past, Fale's given him trouble in G1s and whatnot, but even in New Japan Cups. But this is a much different Fale. He wins by countout. Takes on Juice Robinson, a bit of a babyface match. He wins. And then it comes to Zack Sabre Jr., who's had just the much better path, the much harder path to go through. And all either by submission or fucking referee stoppage with the Kota Ibushi, when he just started kicking the shit out of him while he was in the octopus stretch. Just such a great run. And really, Zack's New Japan year in 2018, really in 2017, it was more of a shock to me, like, wow, he's going to be a heavyweight. I even thought he'd be a junior, even though he said, you know, stylistically, sure, he doesn't match well with the guys like Will Ospreay and Hiromu and a lot of the guys who do a lot of high-flying based offense, but he's so good at just mat-based. He's such a contrast of styles that it'd be fucking awesome to see that. Especially, like, him and Kushida would have fucking killed it. But, you know, that's the way they went with the heavyweight, and I was kind of like, oh, let's just see how it plays out. And he had a pretty solid debut in New Japan for the G1, winning, having 10 points, beating Tanahashi in his first night. It was just like, holy shit. Off to the races he went. And here, 2018, coming off that success of the G1, here with the New Japan Cup and winning it all. Just an incredible run. Having also Taka Michinoku, kind of that role, and it was kind of built up, you know, Taka and Zack versus Geto and Okada. It was kind of like this two similar builds and characters of, except for Zack was, you know, the more technical base, not really more of the Rainmaker character, but more of just the technical wizard, being Zack Sabre Jr. And I thought it built to a great little match. Him and Okada, nothing spectacular compared to what happened in 2018, but it was a good little match. Number 2 moments of the year. Zeus beating Kento Miyahara for the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship. I mean, this was just, what a great fucking match that was. And to see Zeus beating Kento Miyahara, perfect of the big guns to win. Definitely Zeus. Bodyguard just doesn't have what it takes. But Zeus, man, Zeus has those flashes where it's just like, man, if this was 1988, his brother's going to be leading All Japan to the future. But you have, and Kento Miyahara, who just had a tremendous 2018. We'll talk about Kento Miyahara more later on in this video. But Zeus, man, having just the upset win, him beating him. Sure, the first 20 minutes of the match is pretty dull. Not gonna lie to you. Very drawn out. But fuck. After, you know, it's... You know that going into it. You know, most pro wrestling main events nowadays, they followed the Tanahashi style of going, you know, slow, building until a point where the guy makes the comeback. And that's pretty much what happened here with the Zeus and Kento Miyahara match. Zeus working on Kento Miyahara's knees for the first 20 minutes. Kento Miyahara starts mounting the comeback, but then Zeus cuts him off and ends up winning it all and beating him and becoming All Japan Triple Crown Champion. Just an awesome match, though. Just as far as, and really that series, too, with Kento Miyahara. The rematch and this match, Both matches were great. Both told better stories. I think, really, in my opinion, the rematch was the better match. But this was just a shocking moment. Just being like, holy shit. he beat him, you know. Zeus is now the All Japan champion. As far as, you know, because Kendo Miyahara is the ace of All Japan. And to see anybody beat the ace for the All Japan Triple Crown Championship, it's always a big deal. But for it to be fucking Zeus, just like, wow. Just a crazy moment. It really cemented a great year for All Japan, too. Just All Japan, in general, had a tremendous 2018. And just couldn't be more proud of them. You know, they really rose out of the ashes, man, ever since Jun Akiyama, Uncle Jun, took over. They've really been kicked into high gear. The rise of Kento Miyahara as their ace now after Suwama. They just been a tremendous way to kind of capitalize what New Japan was doing over the 2010s, really taking over the world of pro wrestling, really taking over the world, the whole world of pro wrestling. Is now All Japan kind of carrying that momentum and kind of carrying where it's like, hey, listen, we could be just as good as them. We could put on just as good of a main event as them type of feel to them. But not just the hats off to All Japan, all in general in 2018. And for my moment of the year, Golden Lovers reuniting. What a fucking moment! What a moment we always wanted to see, even from when Kenny was in Bullet Club, when he fucked over Kota Ibushi in the Kota Ibushi AJ Styles match at Invasion Attack for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Even just a glimpse of when they locked eyes and he fucked him over. It was still like the crowd just fucking rose their feet like, holy shit. Like, just any time those two got involved. And it was always kind of like, and Omega always played up to the fact that, listen, I'll never leave Japan until I face Ibushi at the Dome. And for them to really, after coming up short and really starting a New Year's Dash, him making that save for Ibushi, for Cody and Hangman before they hit the chair onto Ibushi, him making the save. It's just an incredible moment. It just felt like you're watching a fucking Monday Night Wars fucking WCW Monday Night Nitro with just the factions being played through and the storytelling of just the partners who are at separate fucking places, and to now where you see the glimpses of maybe, there's a break in the system. Maybe the Bullet Club faction isn't as whole as it used to be now. And to see them and eventually embrace, it was such an awesome moment to see them tag together. That first tag match they had at Honor Rising in Cork Hall, fucking crowd went crazy for it, and it was such an awesome moment to hear, the new music and to have this new feel of the Golden Lovers, and they were just on fucking fire. Of course, even before they broke up and before they split, they were an incredible tag team. Without a doubt, they were one of the best junior tag teams in the world, and without a doubt, one of the best tag teams in the world. They were just, two of the best. They were two absolutely tremendous athletes, teaming up, could do incredible shit, tandem 450 splashes off the top rope, could do a lot of cool, the tandem, golden triangles, to the golden triangle, moonsaults to the floor. They're such this colorful, fun-loving tag team come to life. They're just, and they were backed by the Japanese crowd in DDT for just, they were adored, man. They were adored. And that fucking, and there was always glimpses where it's like, maybe they'll reunite, and maybe they'll have a match, that was always the big thing, was the match, but not really teaming up. But when they did it, it was awesome. You're just kind of like, well, I hope they become the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. I hope they go on this long run and they just fucking kill it as the Golden Lovers, because they obviously, once they were reunited again, they immediately became the best tag team in the world by far. I don't think it was even close. It's just they didn't really team a whole lot. It was really quality over quantity when it came to them. As they might have had 5 tag matches all year, but fucking 2 of them were incredible, this type of thing. As, that'll do it for the Moments of the Year category. Now we'll go on to the Rookie of the Year. We'll have 3 runner-ups and then really a true prime winner in the category. As Ren Narita, going to be our third one. Really, Narita and Shota Umino, as far as a team, really impressed me a lot. And that helped out their case being a part of the World Tag League. As Narita is, his grappling is pretty good. Don't know if he'll ever turn into anything special for New Japan. But as far as him and Umino early on, you could see that they could be a tag team in the future. Even though it might be just a junior team, might be a heavyweight team, who knows. But there is some glimpses there of Narita doing something noteworthy in New Japan in the years to come. As Ayoto Yoshida, going to be the second one. Ayoto Yoshida from Kantai Dojo coming over, was really impressed of how he did in the Lionsgate Project shows. And he was a guy who's he has, I'd say, more experience than a lot of the young lions that they have right now. So it makes sense that he's kind of a standout. But I could see him doing a lot of great things for New Japan. And then you could see why when they picked him up after from the Kantai Dojo, not even fucking waiting until he's graduate, just we'll take him right now, put him in our dojo. As then the runner-up, Shota Umino, I think he's gonna be. He doesn't have that same feeling as Hiro Kawada does. When I was just this fucking dude gonna kill it as a junior guy. Or Shota Umino, he's kind of. It's I could see him being a heavyweight. I could see him being a junior. Could really go either way. He'll probably be a junior for a good bit of his early on in his career. He might transition to the heavyweight scene. Might stay a junior for who knows how long. But he's definitely a guy, as far as from the Young Lions standpoint so far in this stage. Obviously, it's hard to, you have to really, really deep down and analyze everything to really compare most of the Young Lions. I liked Yui Mura, I like Yota Tsuji, but those guys, I'd put them, I'd put them 4 and 5, respectively. And I would have put Shota Umino here in that top spot for as far as the New Japan Young Lions goes. But the fucking Rookie of the Year, really no question, no debate. Even though she's a Stardom Joshi, and I wanted to keep Stardom kind of out of these awards, just to kind of keep them separate, she's just so fucking awesome. Can't fucking. It'd be a disservice not to even have her win this fucking award here. Rookie of the Year, Utami Hayashishita. She debuted in August of this year. August. And she's already heads and tails better than most of the fucking people out there in the world right now. It's incredible. Very, as far as rookies go that have been holy shit type of moment when you're just from the jump. Jun Akiyama, you know what I mean? Just the same thing with when Jun Akiyama faced Kenta Kobashi. Same thing with Utami Hayashishita when she took on Mayu Iwatani. It was kind of holy shit. It's the same feeling I had when I saw Jun Akiyama then. She's probably had 30 matches so far, and she's going to be in 2019. It's going to be very interesting to see how she plays out. She's already has the Stardom tag belts right now. She just won them, I believe, last month in November. And going into 2019 now, she'll have a full year to work and to improve. She's I wouldn't be surprised she becomes the Stardom Red Belt champion by the end of 2019 or going into 2020. And that's incredible. She's incredible. She really is. Now, obviously, Mayu Iwatani is just top 10 wrestler in the world. She could make a fucking match with a broomstick be entertaining. But Iwatani, still, for how much she needs to learn and how young she is into the wrestling business, it really is remarkable how good she is. And it's really astounding. Standalone, not even fucking close. Rookie of the Year winner, Utami Hayashishita there. As we go into the most improved category, as we'll do 4 runner-ups and then the most improved winner. We'll start off with Toa Hanare here, the 4th candidate. You know, he's been a guy right off the rip when he didn't go on an excursion. You know, he showed up in the Tokyo Dome with the gimmick that he's rocking now. Didn't win a whole lot, obviously. They didn't want him to go. Sure, he's still in that. He was kind of in purgatory. Wasn't really a young lion anymore, but he really wasn't part of the main roster still. He would beat the young lions, but he would obviously lose to everybody on the main roster. And that was kind of what he was pigeonholed at. There towards the tag league, it started getting to me where it was like, yeah, he's starting to improve. But there for a bit of, because I had a huge hype on Toa Hanare when I first saw him as a young lion. I was just like, well, this guy has got never open weight division written all over him. Like, I just thought that he was going to be a guy that could really be a force in the near future in the never open weight division scene. When he didn't go on excursion, that kind of scared me a bit. It's kind of like, well, he could have used it. Could have went to somewhere. But the thing is, too, is I don't think he's a great promo. So I don't think he would have went to the United States. His style wouldn't have really worked in Mexico. So really, then you have him going to the UK, which might have worked, might not have worked. It, really would have depended on how he would have been booked against people. If he would have been booked, like, against, like, fucking Walter or something. Or WXW, we kind of worked there instead of fucking the UK. If we worked Germany. Probably would have worked out a little bit better for him. Instead of staying in New Japan for a year. But now, coming to an end of 2018, he's gotten better over time. That tag league really helped him out a lot. As, he's going to be a guy that's going to do well. I really do think in the never open weight scene here, and as those guys, the old guard starts to retire, starts hanging it up, he'll be a guy to kind of fill that spot. Fill the Tomohiro Ishii spots, fill the fucking Togi Makabe spots, the Tomakayama spots, of kind of the old guard of that never open weight division where it used to be just guys who used to beat the shit out of each other. Now it's transitioned away from that, but Goto's still there. So, you have Goto, you have Hanare, and maybe somebody else that kind of beats the shit out of everybody type of feel. Like a Zack Sabre Jr., maybe. Even though he's more of a technical guy, he still kicks the shit out of people from time to time. Next up, Hangman Page, most improved. The 3rd candidate there. Hangman Page, I mean, he's the guy always, at first, way back when in Ring of Honor, when he joined the Bullet Club, I was just kind of like, what the fucking Adam Page, really? He's now Bullet Club guy? Okay. And I was just kind of very sour on him. It's like, he doesn't fucking belong in the Bullet Club, come on. Then you had that match at the anniversary show against Jay Briscoe. That was just a fucking war. Bloody war. It had that crazy-ass table spot, and I was like, holy shit. Okay, Hangman Page arrived. So it's kind of from then on, I was like, Hangman Page, he's pretty fucking good. But always in New Japan, I was kind of like, he'll never be like a guy New Japan pushes. I was just like, he's probably going to be like, eh. But then when they gave him the Hangman gimmick, instead of him being Adam Page, he's now Hangman Page. It was like, well, that's, they got something for him. They have something in mind for him. So maybe they will give him a shot. Maybe they'll let him improve more and more. And you could see that gradually improving from, January 1st to December 29th here. We've seen the growth of the character. We've seen him in the G1. He wasn't in the New Japan Cup, which I think next year he will be. He'll be a New Japan Cup guy. And really, his style is so unique, too, because he's obviously a guy who's just a little bit overweight to be a junior, so he can still do that crazy shit, that running shooting star press off the apron. He could still do a slingshot lariat that Carl Anderson used to do, and you could see that probably the Japanese crowd can get behind Hangman Page, kind of in that sense, if he keeps his work rate up. He goes a little too fast sometimes for my liking, as maybe sometimes he'll be better off he slowed down a bit, kind of did a more striking style, and more using that speed sparingly, kind of, burst it out every now and again type of thing. Obviously, when it's a hot tag and stuff, it makes sense for him to do it, but really in singles matches, he kind of doesn't, right now at least, he doesn't really have his flow down for a singles worker yet, for a New Japan style at least. Doesn't really have it figured out yet. In due time, I think he'll figure it out, though. As third on the list, most improved Hangman Page. As the second candidate here, Dylan James from All Japan. Dylan James was really, he was a Wrestle 1 heavyweight champion before leaving for All Japan this year. When he left for All Japan, really he joined the Champion Carnival. It's kind of like, is he a freelancer? Is he now an All Japan guy? Is he a Wrestle 1 guy? Kind of what is he? And really, his improvement came, he had a solid Champion Carnival. He's a guy, I think Dylan's like 6'5", I want to say. He's a big dude. And you saw it with the Champion Carnival. You could see him, he's got the tools to succeed. It's like he just needs a little bit more seasoning. And really, when All Japan's Tag League came around and he teamed with Joe Doring, I think that really helped him a lot. Sim and Joe, they're built somewhat the same. Big guys that are just kind of have a bit of style. Joe's got his style down pat, whereas Dylan's still figuring it out, and he can kind of help him out, kind of being the veteran for him to really lean on as they formed, Bomber. And they went on to win the World Tag League for All Japan, the realest, strongest tag league that they have for All Japan. And they beat the Violence Giants too, in Shuji Chikawa and Suwama. As Dylan, really that tag league specifically, you can just see how much he's improved. And you're just like, fuck, he's getting there, because he was a guy when I saw him wrestle 1, just the clips of him when he was the champion. It's just like he's fucking got the tools, just needed to get better and get to a place where he could shine and really improve. And him going to All Japan was perfect. He wouldn't have been overexposed in New Japan. I think there have been a lot of times in New Japan he would have been out of his element. But in All Japan, it's perfect. They have that amount. They have talent there, but they're still on a kind of lesser stage than New Japan. So not everybody can criticize and critique him and just be like, all right, let's just see him grow, see how he does. And he did a great job. He really did. He did a great job in the tag league. And I'm excited to see what he does in 2019, for sure. He's going to be a guy that's going to surprise people, I think, in 2019, Dylan James is. As the runner-up for Most Improved, we got Sho. Sho and Yo for Punky 3K. Sho, man. I was a Yo guy for a long time between the two. I was like, Yo's gonna, I was very high on Yo. But Sho, during the fucking Best Super Juniors, had a tremendous Best of Super Juniors. Really showed that he's going to be a talented dude, man. That match of Dragon Lee was incredible for him. Was a great showing of him, and showing really of him and Dragon Lee, because he could be a guy. Sho is such a unique junior heavyweight, because he's going to be a guy. He's going to be a heavyweight for sure. When he gets out of this stage, probably 2019, 2020. Wouldn't be surprised if he starts being a heavyweight. He's got the size. He's got the moveset to be a heavyweight. He just not there yet, the weight-wise. You know what I mean? But he'll get there. Once he gets there with weight, you'll really see a Sho that is going to see, Sho Tanaka. I think he's going to be a great talent for New Japan. I really do. He's impressed me so much in 2018. In that... The future's looking bright for New Japan. It really is, with guys like Kim, Hiro Kawada, and even guys that are going to be coming back into the dojins for years to come. Even though we might not have Hiromu Takahashi ever again, there's still going to be guys that are going to keep going post-excursion year after year and to be like, this guy's got it, this guy's got it. They'll have one every 1 or 2 dojo classes. They'll have that guy to be like, this guy's got it, type of thing. But Sho is really, from the class 2-3 years ago, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be the front runner of that class. And I'm excited to see him go forward into 2019. There's always the talks of the Mole 2 and Chaos. Is it Roppongi 3K? Is it just Yo? You know, it's going to be interesting to see how he does in 2019 if that's the case. If one of those two scenarios plays out to be the Mole. Gonna be an interesting 2019 for sure for a show. Most improved, the winner though for me, Bandito. Bandito, man, took the wrestling world by storm in 2018. He fucking killed it, man. The shit he did in Dragon Gate with fucking Flamita against Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier, that match they had, really put all four of those guys on the fucking map. You know, I loved Flamita, and I love Desmond Xavier, and from the previous year, 2017, just seeing small glimpses of him, but really 2018, just saw the growth of both Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier as a tag team, but also Bandito, man. Bandito fucking killed it. Being booked in the United States Press and Gorilla, and really being shown in Dragon Gate, because that Dragon Gate style, man, is perfect for those junior heavyweights to go. And I'm glad that guys like Pac were just like, I'm going to fucking Dragon Gate again. I'm fucking, this is the place where I can rule, and I can be the main event guy. And it fits my style perfectly. I'm fucking going to Dragon Gate. Fuck it. And make it my thing. And Bandito, he'd been around wrestling for a couple of years now. But just getting booked for that style in Dragon Gate helped him out so much. And he was getting title shots there towards the end of the year for Dragon Gate. And really, here in the United States for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, saw him just gain so much traction over the 2018. He's tremendous, man. He really is. He's gonna be a guy. Don't know if he'll ever go anywhere big with the character, because I don't know if the Bandito character, I don't think it's trademarked anywhere for him to use. But he's a guy. He's got an awesome look. He's got a lot of awesome moves that are pretty safe for the most part. Doesn't do anything crazy, outlandish. For the most part, his little German suplex he does, it's tremendous, perfect. He could probably do it for another 5-10 years. Not gonna kill anybody. Not gonna kill him when he does it. It's a perfect move for him. But Bandito, I'd say he probably was a guy who was a fun dude to watch at the beginning of the year to the end of the year, where it's like, this guy's one of the best junior heavyweights in the world, type of thing. And he improved so much over the year, and really just over time too. He's just been tremendous. As going on to Tag Team of the Year, we're gonna have a lot more honorable mentions this time around for this category. We're gonna have a 10 list. We're gonna have 9 runner-ups, and then we're gonna have our Tag Team of the Year. Let's start off with God, Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. They have the characters down. They don't really have the in-ring talent down, but that's really the only griping point for them. But as far as a presence, as far as an entrance, as far as characters go, they have it down pat. But in-ring wise, they have a little left to be desired, as just comparing to the rest of the Japanese pro wrestling world, they're definitely on the bottom tier of the list as far as in-ring wise. But they have good characters and a good theme. And they do, there's moments of like, oh, they're a good team, type of thing, but not a well-packaged deal, to be quite frank. As following God, Evil and Sonata, I love Evil and Sonata. It's just I don't feel they're in like an actual team, if that makes sense. They're just kind of like thrown together LIJ team. There we go, and it works so well for them because they're so awesome. And they had a great match with the Bucks this year, and. The tag league was fun. There's nothing terrible or anything that happened in the finals against God. It's just, it is what it is. There's just better teams out there. As Tri Vanguard, Yamato and BXB Hulk, Tri Vanguard, and really Maximum for Dragon Gate, as far as those two stables and teams go, were great this year for Dragon Gate. And I love the Dragon Gate stables and teams. And I really felt like those two specifically were the two best teams. And stables. So Tri Vanguard, the Yamato and BXB Hawk team, they were opened the Twin Gate champs for a bit, And, they had some fun matches along the way in Dragon Gate through 2018. I always enjoyed both those guys, Yamato and BXB Hawks. They kind of play off each other as for characters. And sad too, BXB Hawk, he's going to be out for a year, maybe even more, which that's going to suck for Dragon Gate. And it's going to open up more opportunities for a guy like Yamato, and maybe even more guys for Tri Vanguard. But it's definitely going to suck to not have him around for the next year, maybe even 2 years. They're just saying it could be even longer than a year. So that sucks. Hopefully a nice recovery for BXB Hawk in the future. As following Tri Vanguard, I got Maxim, Doyoshi Team, Masada Yoshinino, and Naruki Doi. Fucking Naruki Doi is one of the best tag team wrestlers of all time. His teaming with either Masada Yoshinodo or Shingo or anybody he teams up with, really, he's tremendous. He's a tremendous tag team wrestler, and he's a fucking man. I love Naruki Doi. Masada Yoshinodo's fucking awesome too. One of the best junior heavyweights in the world. As there for a while when he was out too with an injury. Dragon Gate guys and those injuries, it happens. Those guys, they move at such a fast pace. There's times where the body breaks down on them. As before he was injured, we all thought, as Dragon Gate fans, we thought it was going to be over for Masada Yoshinodo. There was a chance where he might not even be able to come back. Luckily, he did, and he's done great here with the Maxim stable. As him and Naruki Doi too, just two of kind of the guys who helped Dragon Gate from the Shima, Dragon Kid era, kind of transition more, and helping those guys into this new era of Dragon Gate. With the, Kaisi Wise and the fucking T-Hawks and the Banditos and the fucking, those guys. And Pac now, Pac coming back from being in WWE. It's going to be more eyes are going to be on the product now with Pac involved, and now with their Dragon Gate network, it's going to be easier for people. So that's helping those guys of the past that helped carry on the tradition of the crazy-ass junior promotion of the Michinoku Pros and the fucking UWLs of the 90s into the 2000s, and into following from Toryumon into Dragon Gate. So that's, I love Dragon Gate. Nothing more to be said there. Big Guns are going to be the next team following up as the Big Guns. God bless them, Bodyguard and Zeus. As far as this was really just a huge year for Zeus, as far as for him and Bodyguard, he, when they were in the tag league and they were in tag matches, they played their role and whatnot. Me personally, I just love the Big Guns. I just think they're such a unique team for 2018 and for the 2010s, really, since they've been a part of All Japan. They're just so strange and unique. These two bodybuilding Japanese dudes, just jacked and just in these tag matches. And, following the Big Guns, we'll go with the Young Bucks. So, the Young Bucks, you could argue, be like, they've had a great year. Young Bucks, they've always do. They're a great tag team. They're a great junior team, and now their first year, not their first full year, I guess, really, in the heavyweight division. Next year will be, after, they had their Wrestle Kingdom 12 match against Roppongi 3K. So this, going into 2019, it will be their first full year with the heavyweight division, but also that All-In Wrestling promotion is going to be starting, so, I'm assuming the Bucks are going to spend more time in their own promotion than in New Japan. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out going into this year's Wrestle Kingdom 13, them in the Triple Threat Heavyweight Tag Match. As, they obviously, the Bucks, when they had the belts, they were for a short span. They didn't really have them as long as I thought they would have them. Losing them to GOD at Fighting Spirit Unleashed. Really, you could argue that they should have had a better run with the belts. But obviously, probably their best match as far as tag team goes was against Golden Lovers at Strong Style Evolved. That match was, really the storytelling, not really of all four guys, but mainly Omega and the Bucks. And, you could say it was two teams proving they're the best tag team in the world. But really the stories of, Mad telling, can they do it? Do it, you son of a bitch, down hit him with the One-Wing Angel. Really, other than that, kind of after that match, they kind of plateaued a bit. They got back up, and they had that match with Evil Tanada. They won the belts. But then right afterwards, you lose it to God. They kind of had an up and down year, but more positive negative though for them here, as they were the third team on the tag team of the year list from me. Golden Lovers of number 2, runner up. I mean, honestly, you could put them number 1 very easily. It's just, you could talk about quality over quantity. They probably had 5 tag matches, but fuck. I mean, they had the Bucks match, and they had the Tanahashi Will Ospreay match. Just incredible stuff. But really, as far as them, honestly, sure, once we get to, let's just talk about the number 1 team. Number 1, my team, tag team of the year, just as far as we're going to give All Japan a bone here. Violence Giants, Shuji Ishikawa, and Suwama. The reason why I went Violence Giants over them. At first, I had Golden Lovers number 1, penciled in, number 1 team, Golden Lovers. But it was just like, in the reuniting, it was so awesome to see them back. But really, Shuji Ishikawa and Suwama, they had a tremendous year. They were Tokyo Sports Tag Team of the Year. First time that's been done, back-to-back teams winning Tag Team of the Year since, I believe, Kobashi Masawa. I believe. Could be wrong on that. It was 97, 98. Could be wrong on that. But, either way, it's been the back-to-back teams for a long-ass time. I know that much. As, for them, they were in the tag league. They were in there, All Japan's tag league. They had a great 2018 throughout as far as tag matches go, and they had, matches against, Yoshitatsu and Kenta Miyahara. They've had, the Bomber match, them against the Bomber, Joe Doring, and Dylan James. And they've had pretty much good matches all throughout. Them and the Big Guns, that's always a fun match. It's just 4 jack dudes going at it. And, really, as far as lining with the Violence Giants, I just feel that even though the Golden Lovers, they're the better team quality-wise, you could argue, not even really argue, you could say, yeah, they're the better team quality-wise, but Shuji Ishikawa and Suwama, just gonna give them the nod, just giving them the nod, as they had more tag matches. They were more of a tag team than just kind of the Golden Lovers, who had maybe 3 or 4 tag matches all year, but 2 of them were fantastic type of thing. So it's kind of quality over quantity for me there. As, either way, Golden Lovers, Violence Giants, even if you had the Bucks, it's just kind of, it is what it is. A lot of great tag teams. There were not really a lot of great tag teams, I guess you could say. You can say that, as far as if you really look at the scope of Japanese pro wrestling in 2018. There are a lot of great tag teams out there, but not a whole lot of great tag team matches as compared to, like, singles matches and shit that happened throughout the year in 2018. As the next category, we'll go with Stables of the Year. We'll just talk about 3 stables real quick. 2 Dragon Gate stables, too. Tri Vanguard and Maximum. I love Dragon Gate stables. I really do. I think the way that Dragon Gate does stables is the best fucking representation of stables in pro wrestling in general, just in the pro wrestling world. They are important. They are, multi-man matches are more meaningful because they main event a lot of shows. Well, not a lot of shows, but they have main event a good amount of shows. And there's so many. So you'll have for Dragon Gate, you have the Open the Brave, you have the Open the Twin Gate, and you have the Open the Triangle Gate, and then you have the and really, so you have a tag team, you have a trios, and you have a singles, and then like the main belt, and then you have like the fucking kind of junior belt. Even like Dragon Kid right now is the champion of that. And for the stables, there's a lot of great stuff involved throughout the stables. For like Dead or Alive shows, there's a crazy ass fucking multi-man cage match and it's crazy. It's absolute insane, off the wall stuff. There's a lot of great 6-man matches, especially between Maximum and Tri Vanguard this year in 2018. A lot of great multi-man matches. Some of the best, I'd say, 6-man matches in Japan, specific, in the Japanese pro wrestling world in 2018 happened in Dragon Gate. So I want to give shout out to those 2 stables. They were definitely the 2 best in Dragon Gate, in my opinion. there. But the stable of the year, pretty much a theme so far since they debuted. LIJ, #1 for me. Los Ingobernables de Japón is just unbelievable as far as the guys feel they have their role. They have, you have Naito as the main leader. You have Sonata and Evil, which Sonata and Evil, they team up, and then they also have their upper tier guys. They're right there. They're right below them. And, with Evil really being the first guy to be in LIJ post his excursion during Naito. And then you have Bushi as kind of the junior guy, now that Hiromu's out. And Shingo, who kind of fills in the role of what Bushi was, who was like the junior tag guy and kind of the extra guy. As far as stables go, they're the best. People love the brand. People love, maybe not coherently as a 6-man or 8-man team. Maybe they don't move efficiently sometimes for comparing like a Maxim or Tri Vanguard team, who very much is like a fucking Kai and Tai fucking 8-man team that just they move so efficiently together. Whereas, LIJ is they have the star power, they have these big main event level guys. Really, I'd say 5 of them out of the 6. Besides, as much as I love Bushi, he's not really a main event quality guy, but fucking Naito, Sonata, Evil, fucking Hiromu when he comes back, if he ever comes back, hopefully he does, and fucking Shingo are all 5 guys that can main event a New Japan or All Japan show. And they've done it. Shingo's done it in All Japan with the Champion Carnival. And New Japan, they've done it plenty of times with all 3 of those guys. All 4, well, Hiromu main evented the best Super Juniors, but he's going to main event a main show. Eventually, he would have. Because he's the fucking man type of thing. So, 5 main event quality guys, plus Bushi. It's an incredible stable. It really is. Unbelievable. So, we go on to the next category. Show of the year. I'm going to run down 10 shows that I thought were really highlights of the Japanese pro wrestling scene here in 2018. We'll start off with the All Japan Royal Road Tournament Day 3. As Naoyamura took on Zeus in the main event. That was a fun-ass match. Naoyamura is the brothers, the Naoyamura brothers. One's in All Japan, one's in Big Japan. Right now, the Big Japan Naoyamura brothers, for a lot of people, they really have high hopes for him. I think he's going to be great as well. But really, both the Naoyamura brothers, as long as they don't stick them in like a Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels kind of, one of them's got to be better than the other. I think they're going to do great. As them going separate, too, I think really helped them a lot. One going to All Japan, one going to Big Japan. As that was probably the best match of the show. Jake Lee and Jun Akiyama was fun. Fucking Yuji Hino and Bodyguard had just a, you either loved it or you hated it type of thing. Depending on what, just 2 just big bastards just going at it. And a surprise upset, for my opinion, Shuji Ishikawa losing in the first round to Kingo Mashimo. Just surprised, I thought for sure Shuji Ishikawa would have moved on to the second round. But also, Jake Lee beating Jun Akiyama. Jake Lee, a bit of the future of All Japan, but still, it's Uncle Jun Akiyama now. It's a first round matchup. As, the Royal Road Tournament is basically the New Japan Cup of All Japan if you're not a All Japan fan. It's an open weight tournament where the winner gets a title shot of the All Japan Triple Crown Championship. So it's interesting. You see a lot of unique matchups with it being an open weight tournament. The junior guys come up, so like a Tajiri and Ultimo Dragon come up and maybe wrestle like a Jake Lee or a Jun Akiyama type of thing. Fun stuff. As, did Dragon Gate, Dead or Alive, 2018, my 9th show here. I love the Dead or Alive shows. They're one of my most look forward to shows of the year every year. That crazy-ass cage match that happens, it's just a fun fucking time, man. It really is. It's just a crazy-ass match. It's a hair versus hair, steel cage, survival, 7-way match. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, and it can go either way. Just a crazy-ass match. Just this absolute... a match where you're just like, how did they come up with this type of thing? I just love the uniqueness of the finals, of the main event every year, that crazy-ass multi-man Hammer's hair steel cage match. Also, I had the Open the Triangle match with Natural Vibes and Maxim. Maxim team of Jason Lee, Masato Yoshino, and Noriki Doi. Just a tremendous 6-man team. And Natural Vibes getting really an upset win with Jinkei Horiguchi, Kazi, and Suzuma. Just a crazy match. It really was. I enjoyed it so much. Dragon Kid, I fucking love Dragon Kid. He had an Open the Brave Gate match. And, they opened the Twin Gate match. Wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be, but I do love Ita and T-Hawk, so that was fun to see that match. But that was just a fun little card. I always enjoy the Dead or Alive match, as I like calling it. I don't know why they don't just call it that, but they, just the wackiness of it. Big fan of the wackiness, as, throughout the Japanese pro wrestling world. The next show on the list, the 8th show on the list, New Japan Strong Style Evolved. The U.S. show, I didn't think about putting it on here because it's like the celebration of Japan is really the idea of these awards. So kind of having a U.S. show, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. But, Strong Style Evolved. I enjoyed the show. I really did. I thought the tag match was great. The junior match was a lot of fun. In the Strong Style Evolved show, that, the Golden Lovers, Young Bucks match, of course. But also the Will Ospreay, Jushin Liger match was a lot of fun. The Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii tag match. U.S. title match was, probably went on a little too long. Looking back, it was like 25 minutes, but it was a fun match, nonetheless. It was fine, did its part. But, as far as that tag match really was a great fucking match. It really was just a great match. And I wanted to give it, because it was really... But yeah, there's New Japan Strong Style Evolved, 8th on the list there. As 7th on the list, Dragon Gate show. Dragon Gate, the Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival show of 2018. Just a great match all around. Or just a great show really all around with the finals 2 matches there. With, a fun show, really was. Open the Triangle match with Natural Vibes and Antis, Masato Tanaka being in Dragon Gate. I was like, what the fuck, type of thing. That was awesome to see. Ita and Dragon Kid had a great Open the Brave Gate match. Tribe Vanguard and Maximum with also Bandito, so that was awesome to see Flamita and Bandito kind of get involved, and Maxim, Jason Lee and Noriki Doi. And that's the thing with Noriki Doi, too, as I talked about Masato Yoshino and Shingo. Also him teaming up with Jason Lee. He's great at teaming with Jason Lee, too. So that was great to see that. The probably the best match on the show, though, was the Open the Twin Gate match between Tribe Vanguard and Big Ben. Of Tribe Vanguard, BXB Hawk and Yamato, and Big Ben, Ben K, and Big R, Shimazu. Just a great fucking match. It really was. Probably second or third best tag match of the year, all year, as far as Japanese pro wrestling goes. Just a fucking banger of a match. I'd highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. From the Dragon Gate Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival 2018, Tribe Vanguard vs. Big Ben. Throw it in your fucking Google machine and watch it. It's it's about 20, 25, 30-minute match, so it's, bring a snack, the type of thing, but it's a great match, though, all around, to say the least. In the main event, Masato Yoshino and Shingo Takagi, I fucking love both those guys, so that was awesome to see the main event. I had a banger of a match, too. That's just, best show for Dragon Gate was probably this show here, Dragon Gate Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival. Here, as just a lot of great stuff all around. But that fucking tag match, crazy shit. And we go on to the 6th show of the year, as it's the G1 Climax Day 18 show. As, the block matches, Juice and Goto, the fucking Ishii Sonata match, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tetsuya Naito, and Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega. This was basically the last of the block matches of that day, of the tournament, as obviously everybody, the Golden Lovers singles match. Sure, I think the DDT singles match between the two at fucking Budokan is better, but it's still a good match. Still a very good match. I remember at the time, I was really blown away by that Tomoichi Sonata match. Like, I was all about that fucking match. I just loved it so much. Thought it was the fucking best. And it really just culminated the point of Tomoichi's just tremendous G1 climax that he had. As also, too, you know, Hanma coming back and having a great response from the crowd and from the Budokan crowd. That was awesome to see. Zack Sabre Jr. and Naito was fun, too. That was also a very good co-main for the show. The Juice and Goto match was kind of like, eh. It was there. You know, you can definitely see worse matches as far as Japanese wrestling in 2018, but it was just an type of match. But really, that final 3 matches, specifically the Ishii, Sonata, Ibushi, Omega match, just incredible. Incredible stuff. As then we go to the 5th show of the year category, All Japan's Champion Carnival Finals. Kenta Miyahara, Naomichi Marufuji match was awesome, but also just the culmination of that Champion Carnival. Really a well done Champion Carnival. A lot of good stuff throughout it. Fucking the right guy shined in it, and I'll talk about that more later in this video. But just, it was a great fucking Champion Carnival. And it really was like, oh shit, All Japan's coming back, motherfuckers, type of thing. And there was also a show, that final show, outdrew a New Japan show. Now, obviously, the finals of the Champion Carnival, yeah, that's a big deal, obviously. Korakuen Hall, sellout crowd, compared to a New Japan, like, it was like a Road 2 show. But still, listen, you gotta, still a big deal. Still to outgrow a New Japan show when you're All Japan, that gets you some momentum, and it helps the guys in the locker room be like, listen, we're fucking, we got this. We got the team together to really make a run for it. We just gotta, we gotta get time. We gotta grow. We gotta grow type of thing. And that was just a great Champion Carnival all around. And to see it be done so well with the finals, that was just a great match. And Naomichi Marufuji, Kenta Miyahara, highly recommend that match, of course. Fucking awesome stuff from that match there. As the 4th show of the year for me, going back to the G1 Climax, Day 14. Yeah, this day had the crazy Ishii, Omega, Ibushi, Naito co-main. Just a crazy-ass show that was. As far as, I mean, for the best in the block going at it, just there, you can't write anything better than that. You know, and Ishii stopping Kenny Omega, stopping the winning streak and getting a future title shot, and Ibushi beating Tetsuya Naito. Just a great show. Great match between those two. The Juice and Zack Sabre Jr. match also from Block B was a nice little precursor to those 2 matches. And then we're talking about the 3rd show of the year, and in my opinion, the best G1 Climax Day, Day 6. This fucking show was fucking perfect. It really was. It was fucking perfect for G1. This had everything I wanted, pretty much, from a G1 Climax. You have Toriano and Kotobushi have Kotabushi's, you have Toriano and Kotobushi. Toriano has the best G1 Climax match of 2018 for him against Kotobushi. Tremendous match. Had great comedy. Bushi shined. It's perfect. Sonata and Zack Sabre Jr. had one of the best matches of the fucking year. And it was different. It was fucking mat-based. Nobody took any crazy bumps. Nobody fucking died. It was fucking beautiful wrestling done just elegantly and almost to perfection. 2 of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Just having a fucking technical masterclass. It was awesome. Tetsuya Naito and Juice. Really good match. Juice really showing that, like, listen, even though he's been losing this G1, even though it was early on in the block matches, it was Day 6, it was still like, listen, Juice is going to come around and win this thing, and get a match, and get a win here. And he doesn't, but it was still a great match. Naito and Juice. One of Naito's best matches, too, of the G1 was him and Juice here. The Kenny Omega Tama Tonga match builds the story. Sure, it's a DQ, but whatever. You know, listen, it's a story of Tama Tonga and Kenny. It builds that up more and more. It gives Kenny a night to have a bit of a rest. Yeah, it's a rest period, and it's done to where it's building a story still. It's not just a throwaway match. It had its purpose. Ishii and Goto main event, fucking absolute banger match. They beat the shit out of each other. Goto shine, Ishii shine, of course. This was really when everyone was like, oh shit, it's the G1 climax. You know, it's kind of, it woke everybody up to just an incredible match between two guys that, you know, they were two bridesmaids, never the bride, just beating the shit out of each other. Main event in the show, too, you know, you have Kenny Omega, you have Juice Robinson, Tetsuya Naito, fucking Kota Ibushi. None of those guys' main event is these two guys' main event. They fucking killed it. And really, that was a big point, too. The main event match being the best match on the show, it really just was a great structure of a card. I really just enjoyed the full card in general. All those Block B matches, of course, were just the Block B of the G1 Climax. Incredible. We might see a better block next year, too, which is crazy. But we'll always be like, that fucking 2018 Block B. Incredible. You know, we're talking about Ishii, Goto, Omega, Naito, Juice, Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr., Ibushi, and Yano. And then just Tama Tonga to be in there. Like, you know, type of thing where it's like fucking, you know, 10 guys. Fucking 9 of them are fucking solid performers and know how to play their role. I'll take it. As the second show of the year for me, Wrestle Kingdom 12. Wrestle Kingdom 12 had, obviously, Wrestle Kingdom every year was always the show of the year, but this was the first year I was like, oh, there was a show better. For me, as you knew there was going to be a point where it was going to plateau, especially after Wrestle Kingdom 11. Wrestle Kingdom 11 is one of the greatest shows of all time. Like, that's like the WrestleMania 17 of New Japan. Like, that's going to be talked about for decades, where it's like, that fucking show had everything. And 12, you know, the best match for me, Omega and Jericho. Just to see Jericho go back to, like, War Jericho. It's fucking awesome. And, which that kind of sucks, too, and at the same time. But it's just like, yeah, it should have been Okada Naito. That should have been that fucking match of the night. And it should be talked about as a match of the year candidate. But just, yeah, Naito losing. That was just such a shocker to be like, wow, really, you know, type of thing. And in the debut of the Okada pants, everyone's just like, what the fuck's he doing wearing those pants? The Suzuki Goto match for the Never Openweight title match, the Harris title match, incredible match. Probably the second best match on the show, for my money. Incredible match. Incredible stuff. And just all in all, just there was a better show. There was a better show in the year. And for me, my show of the year is Dominion. Dominion took what Wrestle Kingdom 12 should have been and made it 10 times better. You know? You have the great champion win. You have the shocking win of Jericho again. Of Jericho beating Tetsuya Naito. And again, Tetsuya Naito losing on the big stage. Just like, what the fuck? And it's the story of Naito losing in the big moment. You know, he was set up to have his moment, and he fucking lost it. Lost in the first round of the New Japan Cup. He comes into the Dominion show after just beating Suzuki at Wrestling Dutaku for the belt to drop it to Jericho. Just, it was such a well-told, throughout the tag match was awesome with Evil and Sonata and the Bucks. Just a great show. And for me, it was the best show of the year. And just nothing more to be said, really. Best show of the year, Dominion, 2018. As we'll go on to the next category, Top 10 Juniors of the Year. I want to give my shout out to the juniors of the wrestling world. I fucking love junior heavyweight wrestling. It's what got me into Japanese pro wrestling way back when, those Super J Cups. It opened my eyes, like, holy shit, like, this is incredible. It was WCW, but, like, the full fucking show was those juniors. It was all those cruiserweight guys. And it's that same style, the Super Junior style, that I was a fan of, that didn't know how to name. I just thought it was just the wrestlers who did it, but it's like, oh shit, this is a whole style. And there's more guys who wrestle just like my favorites on WCW, so this is awesome. And we'll start with number 10 here, Yamato. Yamato had a great, not really necessarily singles year, but a great tag year with BXP Hawk. And he's a great junior, per se. but he's not really the top main junior of Dragon Gate, if that makes any sense. There's guys better throughout Dragon Gate as far as junior heavyweight wrestling goes, but Yamato, he's a good talent, he's a good hand, and that's why I put him here at 10. Really, his matches with BXB Hulk put him there as well. You could just share it like Yamato / BXB Hulk, really, for this 10th spot. Bandito, 9. Bandito, just, the most improved guy going into 2018, or ending 2018 for me. Bandito had just an incredible junior year. Really is such a tremendous talent for the junior scene. A lot of not necessarily crazy shit he does. He does, a lot of crazy shit to other people, not really, not necessarily himself. Doesn't do like a lot of crazy topes, dives to the floor, moves off the top rope. Mainly he does, crazy shit to people, like off the top rope, or does that German suplex where he like bounces off of them and fucking Germans them. Awesome stuff. And Bandito, I love Bandito. I think he's fucking awesome. So he's 9th. Dragon Kid's fucking awesome. Dragon Kid is 40 years old. Is still one of the best junior heavyweights in the world. I love Dragon Kid. The Jesus Walk spot gets me every time. I love the man. That fucking Dragon Rana. He invented the son of a bitch, and still at 40 years old, he could still fucking bust it out and kill it. He's just, and especially, I loved his class of Torimon guys. I love Shima, Dragon Kid, fucking, and K-Ness too, and all those guys. And kind of the Torimon, the Masato Yoshininos, those guys from Toymon that transitioned into Dragon Gate. I've always loved that kind of core group, the core Ultima Dragon student trainee guys, and yeah, he's still carrying that lineage. Still, let's say him, Masato Yoshino. Shima's kind of doing OWE stuff, so he's kind of been slowing down a bit. But yeah, Dragon Kid there at 8th, 7th, Marty Skrull. The fucking match he had at Sakura Genesis with Will Ospreay really puts him on this list. Because, Marty Skrull, personally, for me, I think his stock has really went down since joining the Elite. I thought he was a better character without him. I really, just my personal opinion, I thought he had better promos without him, and I thought he had better... He was better without him, pretty much, in progress and doing his own thing. And ever since he joined the Elite, he's probably making more merch sales, which that's, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. More money in your pocket, but for me, the character, it was better without him, and I'm glad. It's interesting to see how he does in Ring of Honor, but for New Japan at least, he shocked me at how well they've kind of pushed him right out of the gate, and how well the crowd got behind him, and that his first Best of Super Juniors 2 years ago, I just didn't think he would be over with the crowd, but they got behind him, really, and having him be a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, too. Never really felt like he deserved it, but whenever him and Ospreay are together, it's fucking magic. It really is. They have great chemistry together, and anytime they kick it in New Japan, that's his best shit, is when he's wrestling Will Ospreay. If it's anybody else, he could have a great match with Kushida. I really do think so, on a big stage. But really, mainly, it's Will Ospreay they're just destined to do great stuff in New Japan together. As the 7th top 10 junior on the list, Kushida. Kushida, God bless him. He's been ace of the juniors forever now, it seems like, and he's pigeonholed in that spot. It's tough to see when new guys come in, Hiromu Takahashi, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, guys who come in and really just take momentum, and just everyone's talking about, like, these guys are fucking awesome type of thing. Whereas, like, Kushida's been there and done that. He's taken on some of the best in the junior heavyweight division, and just in the world of junior heavyweights. And as far as he's been there, he's taken on the best of the best. And I don't think, really, he had a better year this year than he did last year, that's for sure. Because 2017, he was kind of like a hit-and-miss year for Kushida. Hit-and-miss year. Losing to Hiromu at 11. The really shocking of, just really the rise of Hiromu Takahashi just shocked everybody. he took fucking Japan by storm, coming back from his excursion. Fucking killed it. Whereas here, sadly, with Hiromu getting injured, really opened up a spot to Kushida to take it back. As far as, and Ospreay, too. So we'll talk about him later, obviously, in the top 10 junior list. As, just Kushida, he was the third or fourth guy for New Japan. I felt as a junior heavyweight this year. Taiji Shimori, here as fifth on the list. Just, the Bone Soldier debut. Him being Bone Soldier, that was awesome. And him leaving Noah for which was incredible. Just never thought you'd see that. You don't really see that too often. It's kind of a thing that a lot of Japanese-born stars are doing now. Shingo leaving fucking Dragon Gate, becoming a freelancer, then going on to New Japan. Same thing with Ishimori. Ishimori told Noah that he was going to go to Impact after their working agreement with Impact. He's like, I really like working there. I want to work there full time and leave Noah. Swerved him. Fucking joined New Japan as Bone Soldier. That's just kind of crazy shit there. As obviously the match with Hiromu at the Best Super Juniors was just incredible stuff. He's had a very good year. I think 2019 he's going to bust out and have a tremendous year. Him and Kushida, Wrestle Kingdom, it's going to be fucking crazy. As the fourth junior on this list, Masato Yoshino. Masato Yoshino is fucking incredible. He's probably the most talented guy on Dragon Gate's roster, in my opinion. For years he's been that guy. He's fucking awesome. And, he's, right now, with who's in there now at Old Dragon Gate, him dropping the belt to the new man in charge, and the new head of really Dragon Gate, in my opinion, what's going to be into 2019. Masato Yoshino's had an incredible 2018, though. Great matches all year round as the Brave Gate champion. And he's tremendous. I love Masato Yoshino. The third man on this list, I was talking about him with Masato Yoshino, the guy who took that Brave Gate championship, Pac, the man. Even though he shouldn't be this high on this list for being a celebration of Japanese Puroresu, he had like probably 6-7 matches all year. Pac, I don't care. He's the fucking man. He's the man of gravity for God. He's so incredible. I'm so happy he went to Dragon Gate again and didn't join New Japan. Or if he would have joined like All Japan or Nowhere to help those guys out, that would have been fucking awesome too. But him going to Dragon Gate was perfect because he's a top guy. And for him to go to a promotion that's junior heavyweight oriented, that's all they have. He'll always main event shows, and it's, now he's definitely going to main event shows, him being the Brave Gate champion. And he's going to have an incredible 2019 with a lot of those guys. Him and Masato Yoshino wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was still pretty awesome. Still, obviously, it's not going to be terrible with Pac and Masato Yoshino having a match. I'd still recommend it for those who, if you're not familiar with Dragon Gate style, watch Pac and Masato Yoshino. It's fucking awesome. But really, how's it going to do with Red? Because really, as far as Red goes, as a stable, not necessarily one of my favorites. Not really. I feel like Maximum and Tri-Vanguard are better. So for him, he could really use a bit of boost from someone. That'd have been nice to see. But really, him as a single star for Dragon Gate's really what it's going to come down to. And hopefully he gets some chemistry with the Red guys and can help elevate Red too throughout Dragon Gate in 2019. Second on this list, Hiromu Takahashi. Listen, sure, he got injured halfway through the year, but this motherfucker still had an incredible 2018. The match, is the match with Taiji Shimori and also the match with Dragon Lee. Yeah, incredible stuff. The January 4th, the Wrestle Kingdom match. His matches with Will Ospreay were just... whenever he was in a big marquee match, he fucking delivered. He fucking killed it. Hiromu Takahashi, second on my list. And then, number 1, top 10 junior of the year, Gaijin, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay, first, from when he won the belt and to when he fucking dropped it. So really, Wrestle Kingdom 12 to fucking Dominion. Best junior heavyweight on the fucking planet. He had great matches with everybody. No matter where he fucking was. And who he was facing, he had a great match with him. And really, the best match for me for him was him and Marty Scurll, Sakura Genesis. The botched Spanish fly off the apron where he damn near died. And he kept on going. It felt... There's times where that happens, where there's times, very much like Shawn Michaels' Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, where you see somewhere where somebody is so fucked up, and they keep going. You're just like, how the fuck is this happening, type of thing. And that really happened there with the Ospreay-Marty Scurll match. He's fucking bleeding. You feel like his head should be caved in, and he keeps on fucking going. Just incredible. Incredible stuff. And he was incredible. And now with the Golden Lovers Tanahashi Ospreay match, that match helped his cause too significantly too for this Top 10 Juniors match. Even though that was a tag match, heavyweight tag match, still, you could still see like this is why Will Ospreay's the fucking man. He's incredible, athletically incredible. Combine that with the great talent of the New Japan's junior heavyweight division. Taking on Hiromu Takahashi, taking on Kushida, taking on Taiji Shimori, taking on Marty Scurll. Seeing a lot of just great shit throughout the year. And he just hats off to him, man. He had an incredible 2018. As next category, going to the match of the year. Top 10 matches of the year for me. As we got Kenta versus Naomichi Marufuji. Naomichi Marufuji's 20th anniversary show. This was so special to me. Sure, doesn't mean anything for most people, probably not. But for me, this just brought so much emotion for me. Just thinking like, man, 20 years, Jesus Christ. And to see Kenta back and Noah, and also thinking like, man, I wish Masao was here to see this. Yes, for Kenta, his protege, for Kenta, his mentor is Kenta Kobashi. For Naomichi Marufuji, his mentor was Misawa Masao. And those four really were always linked together. And I always wish they had a big-ass tag match against each other just one fucking time. But they never really had that one big-ass tag match. I always thought they should have. At, like, the fucking Destiny show or something. But it was just so awesome to see Kenta back. And Naomichi Marufuji, too, had such a great 2018. And really, this was like the icing on the top, to see him and Kenta again one more time. As, sure, they've had better matches in the past, sure. Absolutely. They've had. But, still, it was awesome. Still, you're just like, this fucking happening. Sure, he's called Hideo Itami. Sure, he had his shitty little entrance theme. It was kind of racist. Sure, fuck it. But still, in my heart of hearts, it's fucking Kenta. It's fucking Naomichi Marufuji again, one-on-one. And, it was still good. It was still very good, in my opinion. It wasn't like a shit match or anything. It was fine. It wasn't, sure, there was matches that better this year that happened in the Japanese pro wrestling world. But to me, emotionally, in wanting to see this, I had to put it on this list. So there at the 10th, Kenta versus Naomichi Marufuji at the Marufuji's 20th anniversary show. As a 9th, Will Ospreay, Marty Scurll, Sakura Genesis. Fucking incredible match. This was, in my opinion, the best junior heavyweight match of the year. Just unbelievable. Unfucking believable. This was probably Ospreay and Marty Scurll's best match they've had. And even though they've had incredible matches throughout just Progress and New Japan, even, at Fighting Spirit Unleashed, they had a great match. But this Sakura Genesis match was just fucking incredible. Just unbelievable how well of a story that was told once the fucking Spanish Fly fuck-up happened. It just immediately kicked into gear like, Jesus Christ, someone in this, like, someone's gonna die, type of thing. Which you don't want to see that a lot, but when that does happen, there's just a reaction, it's like, Jesus Christ. That's just all you're saying, just when you're watching it, you just cannot believe they're still going on, the match is still going. I mean, you're just pretty sure you just saw him damn near die in front of you. Just crazy match. Crazy match. And for him to retain, too, to see Ospreay retain at Sakura Genesis, incredible match. Incredible. As, next match, Go Shiozaki taking on Takashi Sugiura over there at Noah for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. As, Sugiura, God bless him, he's probably had an underrated title reign so far in 2018, when everyone's, you know, Kazuchika Okada and Kento Miyahara and all these fucking guys. Takashi Sugiura had a great 2018. And really, this was, in my opinion, his finest match. It was either this or the Nakajima match. Either way, those two matches were fucking awesome. And in my opinion, I thought Go and Suji had better chemistry together than the Nakajima Sugiura match. Just in my opinion. Just those two, they just beat the shit out of each other. I do love both this match and the Nakajima Sugiura match, but I just picked this one. Just, you know, gun to head which one you pick, and I went with this one. As, next match, Golden Lovers versus Hiroshi Tanahashi and Will Ospreay from New Japan's Road to Tokyo Dome Day 2. Of course, the most recent match on this list. What a fucking match. Everyone's talking about the goddamn spot with the awesome camera angle and the, just, if that doesn't get you, like, built up to be like, I cannot wait to see these motherfuckers, I don't know what will. Just an incredible match for what it was supposed to do. Even though you're already excited to see Will Ospreay Kota Ibushi, even though you're already excited to see Kenny Omega and Hiroshi Tanahashi, to see that even get elevated by this tag match was just beautiful. And that's, you can't ask for anything more for a tag match. And you could say, you know, which one was the better tag match, this match or the fucking Golden Lovers Young Bucks match. I went with this match because it elevated a future match, whereas that match just was kind of like told the story right then and there, and that was it. As we're gonna go on to the next match, Kento Miyahara versus Naomichi Marufuji Champion Carnival Finals match. The combination of the Champion Carnival Finals and seeing Naomichi Marufuji, a fucking Noah guy, win an All Japan Champion Carnival and getting the upset win over the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion Kento Miyahara at the time. Just incredible. And an incredible match. You know, for like a not enlightened fan, you can make the assumption it's like, oh, it's like Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega match. It's what's gonna be like. It's like this match, the Champion Carnival match. Not necessarily. But it was still a great match, you know. It's still, Kento Miyahara had just an incredible 2018, and so did Naomichi Marufuji. It's really just a tremendous match between two styles that really melded together so well, and just a tremendous match. Also, the rematch for the Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship was also a great match, too. So, if you enjoyed this Champion Carnival match, there's also the fucking rematch for the belt to go watch. Fun fucking match. Both there as the fifth match, Kento Miyahara versus Zeus from All Japan's Raising an Army Memorial Series 2018. Now this was the rematch from when Zeus beat him for the Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship, and this was just so well done. This was such a well told story. This was fucking tremendous. As Kento Miyahara and Zeus, just the storytelling is just simple. You have a big jacked up dude versus little old Kento Miyahara, the ace of All Japan. He's got to fucking come back and fight through and get back his championship from Zeus. Big nasty Zeus, he's got to beat him. Just simple storytelling. And Kento Miyahara is so great at playing his role. He's tremendous. He really is the ace of this generation, of the 2010s, man. He's tremendous. I can't praise him enough, man. He's so fucking awesome. And Zeus plays his role so fucking well here in this match. This is, if you love the Hiroshi Tanahashi style match, you'll fucking love this match. If you've never seen All Japan before and you're like, man, I really love Tanahashi's matches, fucking watch this stuff here. This is just the same type of feel and the same style, the same flow as his matches. You know, where the ace is going to make the comeback after getting beat down by the big nasty heel, and he's going to come back and win. Think of it as like Hiroshi Tanahashi versus like Bad Luck Fale, but if Bad Luck Fale was better type of thing. This is what this is, you know, where Fale could move a little bit more and was more agile, more mobile, it could actually work. It is. That's what Kento Miyahara and Zeus is. For just a quick little summary, if you've never seen Kento Miyahara Zeus work before. As the fourth match on my list, Jun Akiyama versus Naomichi Marufuji from the Champion Carnival. Now again, like the Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji match, sure, there are plenty of matches better than this match. But for me, emotionally, when this was announced that they were going to be in the Champion Carnival, I was like, holy shit, I hope they have a match. They did, and it was fucking awesome. The Noah fan in me, I love that so much. Jun Akiyama is so fucking awesome. Naomichi Marufuji is so fucking awesome. And to see those guys, even though Uncle Jun, man, he's in his fucking... he's almost in his 50s now. And Naomichi Marufuji, 20 years in. You know, two guys who... I've seen Marufuji grow up in front of my own eyes. And really, Jun Akiyama, just seeing what he did in 1992 and how far he's grown from then to now. It is incredible. It was fucking incredible. The crowd was all over it. I loved the match. I loved it. And, I don't know as far as recommendations goes, if you love Naomichi Marufuji and you've just never seen the match, you're like, yeah. If you're a fan of Noah and you've never seen this match, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is our match. Noah fans, this is it. This is ours. This brought a tear to my eye. As, this next match, Kenny Omega versus Tomohiro Ishii from the G1 Climax. What a fucking match. What a match. See Tomohiro Ishii win, and the commentators played it up so well. The crowd was all over it. Such a well-told match. And sure, Omega threw 18 V-triggers. Who fucking cares? It was awesome. It was awesome to see Ishii win. Sure, the title match wasn't up to par as this, but it's kind of hard, too. They've had such great matches over the past 2 years that eventually they're going to have a dud. They were going to have a match where it's like, alright, there was definitely not on the par as the rest of the matches. But this match was fucking perfect. This is what the G1 Climax is all about. Getting those block matches where a guy who it's like, he's never been the guy, he beats the fucking guy. You know, it took me back to 2016 G1 Climax when Ishii beat Okada. You know, it was awesome. He fucking did it. You know, he beat him. It's just a great fucking match. I'm sure everybody's seen it. As Hiroshi Tanahashi vs. Kota Ibushi for the G1 Climax Finals is the second match on this list for me. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi was fucking incredible. As far as just how awesome these two work together, and they've never really had that moment where they've never had a big marquee match before, unlike this, on this big of a stage, and they fucking killed it, man. Just to see Ibushi, where you're just like, he's gonna, the wanting to see Ibushi win, so you could see a Kenny Omega Kota Ibushi match at the Tokyo Dome, or to see Tanahashi and Omega match at the two just different stylistically competitors, even though they have the same end game. Sure, they all like to get to point B, but how they get from A to B is so vastly different between the two. Just, an incredible match for them to how well they mesh together between Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi. The strike exchanges, the fucking, Ibushi getting his knees up on the moonsaults. It's just unbelievable. It's a fucking war. And Tanahashi, man, ending his incredible G1 with the win and being a guy, the ace, he still got it. He's still got a little magic left in him to get the win. Just awesome, awesome stuff. And the match of the year, no surprise, Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega Dominion. What a fucking match. Unbelievable. The story perspective. Here's Kenny Omega. He comes in. He didn't get the job done at Wrestle Kingdom 11, but he shocked the world and he showed the world this incredible match with Kazuchika Okada. Even though going into it, everybody, I myself, I was just like, there's no way he's going to win. like 80-20 Kazuchika Okada as far as like odds are. Like he's not losing. He's fucking the Rainmaker, big time stage. He's a Gaijin. He's just now like it's kind of like a fluke win that he even won the G1. He'll just after this he'll go back down to the Intercontinental Division. That'll be it. Has such an incredible match that goes on to have an incredible 2017. Going to this match here at Dominion in 2018, now Okada's had record-breaking performances for this IWGP Heavyweight Championship run. Most defenses, longest reign. Now he's got to beat him twice in one night to be the champion, and it's now a new Kenny Omega. It's not the cleaner. It's a fucking babyface Omega, pretty much, you could say. And he does it, and he beats him, and it's incredible. And, really their matches are just perfect. They really are. From a story perspective, you have the first one. Omega, you can't believe he kicked out of the Rainmaker. You're like, holy shit, he kicked out of the Rainmaker. He has this incredible performance. The wrestling world is just enamored with the match. And really, he becomes a guy in New Japan right then and there. Right there. When he kicked out of that Rainmaker at Wrestle Kingdom 11, it was like, holy shit. He just joined a fucking very exclusive list as far as people who kicked out of the Rainmaker. You can count on one fucking hand how many people kicked out of the Rainmaker. And when he did that, I was like, holy shit, he's now a guy. Then they have their Dominion 2017 match. For like an hour-long draw. Probably one of the best draws you ever see in your life. Incredible. Goes to G1 Climax. Now he's got to beat Kazuchika Okada under 30 minutes. Somehow he does it. Holy shit. He does it. And you go to Dominion. Now he's got to beat him twice in one night. And he does it. Type of thing. Just every match has a story. And it's fucking perfect and beautiful every fucking time. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how well those two are together and how well of a story they've told over the past 2 years. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. As we're going to round out the Marvelous Awards in 2018 with the top 10 wrestlers of the year from me. As again, like most of these you've seen, this is a celebration. This has been a celebration of Japanese pro wrestling in 2018. And what an incredible year it's been for all the companies, for Noah, to come out of obscurity again. Everyone thought Noah was done. They came back, and they've been building up more and more in 2017 and 2018. Same thing with All Japan. This has been All Japan for 2018. This was All Japan's coming out party for real. This was when everyone's like, listen, you fuckers gotta watch All Japan. It's fucking awesome. And New Japan with the global expansion. This has just been incredible. And Dragon Gate, too, with now having a solid 2018, but also now with Pac, and with the Dragon Gate Network launching. Incredible. An incredible year for wrestling, and some incredible matches, incredible shows, incredible stables, incredible junior action. But now it all comes down to who is the top 10 wrestlers of the year from me. Going top 10 here. Number 10, Will Ospreay. Best junior in the world, in my opinion. In my opinion, he had the best junior heavyweight 2018 year out of anybody. Incredible. Minoru Suzuki here at 9. 25th anniversary of Minoru Suzuki. A lot of people forget about his Okada match in the rain. That was fucking awesome. His Tanahashi match was incredible. Told a tremendous story. A lot of people, another forgotten match for 2018. Just incredible. Takashi Sugiura, the current GHC heavyweight champion for Pro Wrestling Noah. Underrated 2018 year for Sugiura. I love the man to death. Here's a man a year and a half ago had open heart surgery. Thought could never wrestle again. And here he is on top of the world in 2018. Fucking killing it at 44 years old. He's the fucking man. Takashi Sugiura there at 8. Tomohiro Ishii here at 7. Just the incredible G1 climax. The best run by far out of anybody in the tournament. Incredible year for him. He's always been just right here in the top 10 list every year. That in either the 6th to 10th spot. He's somewhere on that list every year, it seems like, since 2013. He's the fucking man. Just nothing more to say about him. Kota Ibushi, here at 6th. Incredible year. You know, another one, there was G1 Climax, he had a great run. A lot of big-time marquee matches, him and Tanahashi. The rematch with, the Golden Lovers at Budokan. Him and Kenny Omega reuniting, too, for the Golden Lovers and having those incredible tag matches. Just a great year. Kenny Omega, the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Now, at first, I had him and Ibushi switched. I had Ibushi at 6, I had Ibushi at 5 and Omega at 6. But really, last second, really because of how crappy his IWGP Heavyweight title reign has been. But you can't deny the fact he had an incredible 2018 still. With the Okada match, the Jericho match, the fucking tag matches with the Bucks and Tanahashi and Ospreay. Great matches. Great fucking matches. And sure, at the same time, though, I felt like there should be a penalized for how bad of a reign he's had. Especially after such an incredible run by Okada. You need to feel something. You need to feel that. So that's why he's 5th here. He could have been 6th, but I put him here at 5th. Naomichi Marufuji at 4th. 20th anniversary for Naomichi Marufuji. Had an incredible 2018 for what he did in the All Japan Champion Carnival and what he did at Noah as well, sparingly. Maybe a bit of a reach, you could say, here at 4. But I thought he had an incredible year, personally, for me. As 3rd, Hiroshi Tanahashi. God bless him. Go Ace. I thought it was it. After the Jay White match, that's it. It's over. He's fucking, the ship has sailed. And then he goes on and gets the most points ever in the G1 Climax. Has an incredible match also with, Minoru Suzuki before that match. Before the G1 and all that. And just had an incredible year. Bouncing back off that Jay White match. Just, I couldn't believe it. Really couldn't believe how well of a year he had in 2018. And also having the trilogy with Okada, too. I kind of sucked that he had a trilogy in the same year with him. Kind of felt like that. Wish that would have been spaced out a little bit more. But in this day and age of pro wrestling, it's kind of is what it is. Nobody likes doing long term anymore. As second on my list, Kazuchika Okada. Again, another guy to be like, I could see some people arguing why he's there. For me, what he did with Omega, he deserves a top 5 spot at least, just for what he did with Omega. And the character development, really, from him, has just been so intriguing and interesting to see a new Kazuchika Okada, a new Rainmaker for the first time ever. Just been so unique to see. And I've just been wrapped up in it. Just can't wait to see how it plays out with him. And such a record-setting performance, too. Mainly, you could definitely say in 2017, either him or Omega, one or two, all in the year of 2018, or in the year of 2017. And here, with Okada, I just couldn't knock him down any farther than 2. I really couldn't. He's so fucking good. He's the best in the world. At 6'3", 225 pounds, he really is like somebody molded from clay. Like, what is the perfect wrestler? It's probably him. Like, it really is. And so it's just hard for me to be like, how can you drop him down past 5 when I know how talented he is? Even though, sure, I can honestly say, even though the great Kenny Omega match, one of his weaker years for Kazuchika Okada. Because really, other than that match, it's kind of downhill from him. But for what he did to have matches with Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr., matches for the IWGP Heavyweight title, who wouldn't have that, and kind of everybody wanted him to lose at Wrestle Kingdom, and everybody thought he was going to lose, and then when he didn't lose, it was kind of like in limbo, plus with the fucking Okada pants, which then now he's got some awesome pants, the red and black pants, and I don't think anybody bitches about those, but those first ones were terrible. God-awful pants. But, number 1, top 10 wrestler of the year for me, in 2018, Kento Miyahara. The All Japan ace himself, All Japan Triple Crown champion. He had an incredible 2018. Incredible champion carnival. Had an incredible series of matches with Zeus and Naomichi Marufuji. Just great matches all year. He had a great match with fucking Shingo. Great matches with Shuji Ishikawa. Great matches with Marufuji. Great matches with Zeus, of course, like I said. Those two guys. Just putting the promotion on his back. And just bringing it out of the light. Bringing it into everyone's like, New Japan. Be like, listen, motherfuckers. All Japan's here too. And we're killing it over here as well. We're putting on incredible matches. We're putting on incredible main events. And he's really doing what Tanahashi did for New Japan in 2007, 2008. Bringing them out of the darkness. And bringing them to light. And just putting that promotion on his fucking back. And just telling Zeus, like, come on, motherfucker. We gotta put on this incredible match. We got a story to tell. He's incredible, man. Has the most beautiful German suplex I've ever seen in my life. Incredible deadlift German suplex. It's a thing of beauty. He's, the blackout, too. A pretty solid. Everybody kind of does that running kind of knee. The fucking, either you call it the V-trigger, you call it, Naomichi Marufuji does it. I forget what he calls it. That right off the top of my head. But, there's a lot of guys right now in the top pro wrestling world right now that do those running knees. But, he makes it effective, too, for All Japan. And All Japan, rather. And Kento Miyahara, just for me, that's a pro wrestler right there. Kento Miyahara, he's a guy who can make the other guy look better. He's a guy who puts the promotion on his back and is like, fuck it. We're going to make this thing work. We're going to make All Japan talked about and bring such great quality from him. And he's incredible. Can't praise him more enough. But that will do it for the 2018 Marvelous Awards. Holy shit, this is going to be a long episode. I can already tell. Just my voice is hurting already. Just been talking a whole lot. Oh, man. But yes, 2018 Marvelous Awards, the start of a tradition here on the channel. Let me know in the comments section. Listen, there's going to be a lot of typing for you to do. But hey, let's come... I want to see your guys' thoughts, too. I know there's going to be a lot of New Japan in there. But I want to see some All Japan. I want to see some Dragon Gate. I want to see some Noah get shown some love, too. Everybody had a great 2018. It's a celebration of 2018. It's a celebration of Japanese pro wrestling here on the channel to end out the year 2018. Hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. Hope you guys have a happy new year. And we'll see you guys for the Wrestle Kingdom 13 preview coming January 2nd. Take care, everyone.